Hello, welcome to another week of the Inspirational Bloggers. This week's topic is music evolution. Don't know the word, but basically how we've listened to music from when we was a kid to now, if you know what I mean. This idea was given in by your Thursday, which is Crystal, and I thought, yes, we're doing that idea because it's a pretty good idea. And the first one is the Pussycat Dolls. I've only got this CD, which is don't think this one has a title, but on the front it obviously has the Pussycat Dolls with the Pussycat Dolls PCD on there. And also, and this CD came out in 2005, so I was about 7 there. And it has, the song, as you will know, it is Don't Ya? But you know that song, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me, and everything like that. And Wait a Minute, Buttons, I Don't Need a Man. Obviously, when I was about 7 years old, I was into the Pussycat Dolls. And I don't know why, I don't know how, but I was into this. And coming on to a less cringier girl group, I was also into the Saturdays. 2008 this album came out, and the Saturdays are a pretty alright girl group, to be honest, and I honestly had to by default like them, even though because the music was great. I had to by default, again I've already said, I had to like them because one of the members had the same name as me. My nickname was Molly with a Y. Obviously, a member of the Saturday is Molly with an IE. So again, by default, I had to like them. And this album has If This Is Love, Up, Keeper, Issues, Lies, Work, Chasing Lights, Set Me Off, Fall, Vulnerable, Why Me, Why Now. That's one song, by the way. Just Can't Get Enough, Up, Wide Boys Remix. My music taste started to get better, and with a third CD, This Is McFly. This is just a random CD I've picked out. Obviously this came out in 2006, and obviously this CD has We Are the Young, Stargirl, Please Please, Sorry, So It's Not Good Enough, Bubble Wrap, Transylvania, Lonely, Little Joanna, Friday Night, Walk in the Sun, Home Is Where the Heart Is, Special Edition, Bonus Track, Don't Stop Me Now. Obviously, I don't know the songs of my heart, but yeah, this is one of the best bands in the world. A very cringy one was One Direction. Yes, I had a One Direction phase. Everyone's had a One Direction phase. You watching this now? Don't you dare lie. You've had a One Direction phase. And yeah, my favourite was Liam by default because he was from Northampton, like me. And now my favourite is Niall, even though One Direction isn't about. So this came out in 2011, and it has songs like Taken, I Want, What Makes You Beautiful, Gotta Be You, One Thing, Up All Night, Tell Me Like, I Wish, and all that. And yeah, I was just into One Direction at a very young age, and thankfully I have a better taste in music as I grew up. This CD is Justin Bieber. As you know, I'm a believer, and I have been since 2009 when his career sort of started. He did post a video on YouTube in 2007, but it started in 2009. I've been a fan of Justin since 2009, and I still am now, just not as much as back in the starting days. Makes no sense, but this album is the Purpose album, and it has, I can't read the writing because it's very terrible, but it has Mark My Words, I'll Show You, Sorry, you know, the recent songs that I've played now, and I just love this album. It's very great. Now, unfortunately, this person has sadly passed away, so I can't really talk much about this without getting upset, so I'm just going to keep it simple. And this is the Michael Jackson Thriller album. You can't really see it because my lighting is terrible. Basically, from this album, I cannot go through graveyards ever again because the Thriller video absolutely scared me, and the back of the CD is really scary as well. But as you know, I'm a massive Michael Jackson fan, and every time I listen to a song of his, it's really upsetting, so I don't really tend to listen to Michael anymore. I included this because I'm still a big fan of him, even though he has sadly passed. And yeah, another boy group that I haven't really listened to since George left, but Uni and Jay was a great part of me when George was still in the group. I can't really say much about this. This came out in 2014. They were a great part of me, and this is one amazing album. Obviously, it's signed because I went to meet them in Morrison's in Willenhall because they was there, and I was like, Mother, take me, please. The next one I tend not to listen to much because it does still upset me now, even though it's been a couple of years, 3 years in May. I listened to The Wanted. This isn't the original CD. I do have 4 copies of this because my dog's fat ass sat on it and made a couple of cracks in the back. But when I first came across The Wanted back in 2009, I instantly fell in love with The Wanted, and I'm literally about to cry now. Basically, I instantly fell in love with them. They was everything to me. Don't cry, please, Amelia, don't cry. Basically, in the saddest way possible, they meant everything to me. I'm just going to say this last thing, and this came out in 2010 by the way. I'm just going to say this last thing and then put the CD down, never to hear about it again. Basically, The Wanted were everything to me, and they were the only thing keeping me alive. I'm being serious now. A lot of the time I wanted to end my life. They were a reason to be alive, and this is why I'm not selling any of my merchandise that I have of The Wanted, and I absolutely love them a lot, and I'm glad that they're still there in my life. Seriously going to cry. Just give me 2 minutes. Now on to music that I recently listened to. James Bay. I absolutely love James Bay. He is literally Bay, and that's a cringy word to say, but I absolutely love him. He's like the best person ever, besides me and my mother. And he's just, I love him a lot, and I just really want to meet him. And this album came out in 2015, as I remember. Yeah. The next CD is 5 Seconds of Summer. This CD came out in 2014. 2014 was the time where The Wanted started their break, and this is another reason why I'm still alive now. Basically, they are the most amazing band ever, and I've seen them once, and they're just the most amazing band ever in the whole entire world. Another one, which you'd probably be surprised at, is Foo Fighters. Growing up, I had my mother listening to all sorts of bands like Metallica, His Infernal Majesty, 30 Seconds to Mars, all sorts of those sort of bands, and then I came across this. Foo Fighters are a great band, they're an amazing band, and I just highly recommend this album. I just had to get this because Learn to Fly is one of my favourite songs from Foo Fighters. Just had to get this, and yeah. Next CD, I've got the single here, but again, Nathan Sykes from The Wanted. I just had to get this because, again, The Wanted are an amazing part of me, and since Nathan released his own single, I just had to get it, and I just had to get it because Nathan is the most amazing person ever, and yeah. This came out in 2015, so yeah. The last CD I tend to show you is Andy Black, or Andy Biersack, or Andy Six, you may know him as. And my friend on this channel, the collab channel, got me into him, even though I've been a fan of him, not a fan of him, but I've heard of him for a fair few years now, and he's just the most amazing person. If you get a chance to meet him, I highly recommend it. As you can see, I've already met him because the signature on there. If you don't, this came out this year, no, last year. You know, it's got songs on like We Don't Have to Dance, Ribcage, Stay Alive, and he's just a person basically, Andy's like the fictional Thomas in my life. If you don't know who Thomas is, he's my boyfriend. He's like the most amazing person ever. I love him, laugh. But anyway, when I can't see Thomas, I tend to listen to Andy because, as well as me, he has anxiety, and I think it's The Void is about his anxiety, and by default, Ashton Owen of 5 Seconds of Summer plays the drums in 90% for these songs, so by default I had to listen to this and get into it very much. So that's all for today's video. Like, comment and subscribe. My channel will be here. My latest video will be on the screen as well. After this I shall be showing my social media, and if you go follow and subscribe to me on there, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.